Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Anthony McClure. He is the managing director at Silver Mines Limited. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is SVL on the ASX. And Silver Mines Limited will be presenting at the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek, happening September 13th through 16, 2022. For more information, please go to precioussummit.com. And with that, Anthony, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
Thanks, Robert. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. So this is our first time doing an interview together. So can you start us off with that quick overview and history of Silver Mines?
Okay, yeah, as I say, Silver Mines Limited is listed on the Australian Securities Exchange. We own 100% of the Bowdens Silver Project, which is located in the state of New South Wales in Eastern Australia. The Bowdens Project is in its final stages of approvals. We'll expect to have that finally complete by the end of this year. The status of the project, it's about 275 million ounces of silver equivalent, so it's sizable. It's the largest undeveloped silver project in Australia. Silver is pretty unusual for Australia. Silver's, Australia's blessed with many other elements, and as your viewers would well know, but silver's a bit unusual. It's usually a byproduct that zinc mining, gold mining, and so forth. So Cannington is a large project in central Queensland, which is owned by South32. That's in its twilight, but then outside of that, you've got a few smaller operations, but this is the only large silver operation in Australia that's due for development. So we're very excited about that.
Very good. So what would you say makes this project unique and different compared to some of your peers out there? I mean, you already kind of alluded to it a little bit in that, silver is kind of not usual for Australia, but love to hear a little bit more there.
Yeah, well, the size of it is something that we're blessed with, and the size of it is continuing to grow. So it's an open cut development, and that'll produce about 6 million ounces of silver a year in the initial years. But what's intriguing for us is when we took over the project 6 years ago, and the previous operators were obviously concentrating in the top 150 meters of the deposit, but we wanted to understand, why is this here? It is, as I say, it's very unusual for Australia. So we did deeper drilling. We drilled underneath the current resource. And lo and behold, the system continues in a very significant manner. So I've been drilling out 3 areas directly underneath. So this is underneath the current planned mine development. And we've discovered 3 zones within 200 meters of the open cut pit. And they continue to be drilled out. We'll have a resource assessment out on a potential underground operation for the future in the next few weeks prior to Beaver Creek. But what's that showing is a continuation of the system, a high-grade component of it. We view these as feeder zones to the system, but also importantly, there's a deeper zone directly under the open cut pit, which has a zone of very high-grade silver, less zinc, less lead. But as you move to a little bit deeper, we see less silver, much higher-grade zinc, high-grade lead, gold coming into the system, which is super exciting for us. And the deeper part of that system, we're seeing copper starting to come in the system. So we're viewing this system as, yes, it's an initial silver mine, but the mineralized system is vast, and still a lot of it is unknown.
And what was your background prior to Silver Mines?
Well, yeah, various caps, but more recently is Nickel Mines Limited, which is it's about a $4 billion company on the ASX. Prior to that, and a few of your viewers would know Palmarejo Gold and Silver, that was generated out of a company called Bowdens Gold out of Australia. We listed Palmarejo Gold and Silver. This is going back 10, 12 years ago, and that turned out to be a highly successful company. It was eventually taken over by Kerr. And that sort of got our stripes in silver, right?
So Anthony, to close us out here today, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's near-term catalysts? You mentioned a few of them already, but figure we bring it all home here.
Yeah, so the approvals for the mine development is key for us. We're 100%, we'll get through that through this year. But more closer to now is in the next few weeks, we'll have the resource assessment out for the underground area, which I just explained, those 3 areas. That'll be complete, and that's very topical for us and for a potential underground operation. We've got a scoping study that's commenced on that. And equally importantly, we've got a very aggressive exploration program still continuing.
Well, Anthony, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on Silver Mines Limited?
silvermineslimited.com.au, and there's a click on there. We can get in touch. If you've got any queries, and we look forward to seeing everyone at Beaver Creek.
Very good. Well, Anthony, thank you so much for joining me here today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. We look forward to seeing you at Beaver Creek.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you. Again, Silver Mines Limited will be presenting at the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek, happening September 13th through 16th, 2022. For more information, please go to precioussummit.com.